Hey guys, today on the channel we're going to be installing a couple accessories to the new ZX-10R. Starting out with the TST Industries integrated taillight and Fender Eliminator kit. And I'm also going to be throwing on these Shogun frame sliders. So stick around and hopefully we'll all learn something today. Alright, so we're going to start on the left side of the bike. We're going to take off this bolt right here, which is one of the engine mounts. You only want to do one at a time. This should break loose at 32 or less pounds, so we're going to find out. So let's get started. So that bolts out. This should be the frame slider that fits in there, like that. So we'll put this replacement bolt in, and then we're going to put a little blue Loctite on this as well. Alright, get a little blue Loctite on there. 8mm Allen head. Alright, so we're going to start this by hand. Make sure we're not cross-threaded. Switch to the torque wrench now. There's 32 pounds. There we go. That one's on. Okay, on this one we want to be really careful we don't spin that inner bolt. So I'm going to take it really slow and easy on this one to break it loose. And there it comes. Well, maybe it's right. I don't know. We shall see. Okay, so we're going to want to put some blue Loctite on this one as well. Spread it around a little bit. Start this by hand. Make sure it's not cross-threaded. Alright, torque time. There's 32 pounds. Okay, well, there's the other one. There is the right side frame slider. And the left side frame slider, and let's look at it from back here so you can see it better. Don't look too bad. Alright, on to the next thing. So next thing we're going to take care of is we are going to get rid of this whole assembly right here, the rear fender and taillight assembly. We're going to be replacing the taillight. We're going to get rid of these turn signals because it's all integrated into the tail. So all of this should be off when we're done, and it should have a nice tucked in license plate and a nice smoked rear taillight. Alright, now we get to the dumbest seat I've ever seen. Now granted it doesn't take any tools, but this has to come out of these little grommets inside here, which comes out pretty easily, right? And then this piece right here slides over and then releases these protrusions, as they call them in the manual. And then once those are off, you can pull the seat off. But have to kind of get this up and out of the road, which is a nightmare, by the way. And then you can pull the seat off and it'll come out. But it's kind of a pain in the butt. The first time you do it, it's ridiculous.
Here we go now.
Alright, so I jumped ahead a little bit because taking this rear fender off and taillight was an absolute nightmare. So I'll try to kind of go over what I ended up having to do. But anyway, as you can see here, I've got the taillight installed and I've got it wired up. But I need to change out the flasher relay because otherwise it will flash too fast. So that involves pulling the whole front plastics off, which is kind of a pain. I feel like Kawasaki has really gone about 10 miles backwards on ease of getting into this bike and messing with it, but the 636 was far easier to do. Anyway, maybe it's TST, I don't know. I'm not super impressed with the fitment right now, and we'll get this on and we'll get it buttoned up and we'll see how much tighter we get everything. But piece right here comes off, just pull that. That's the old flasher relay. Here's the new flasher relay. There. Okay, so that's to protect it from water. Alright, so this is the stock light that came out, and I'm showing you this to illustrate why you need to read all the instructions before you start doing an installation. So now this isn't the TST light, but it serves its purpose. On the TST light, this little bracket right here is screwed onto it, and I failed to remove it, which was what was giving me all my fitment issues on the tail. And had I just taken 5 seconds to read the instructions, this was like one of the very first instructions says, if this isn't going on a Ninja 400, you need to pull this off. So that's on me, guys. Anyway, once I took this piece off, it fits in there like that, and that adapts it so that they can use the same light on multiple bikes. In any case, once I took this off, then the light went in there quite nicely. So let's just have a look. So as you can see, I'm all buttoned up now, and the light is fitting very well. You know, as is in the case of the stock light, or even if we look at the 636, there's a couple millimeters around both lights. I think I still do like the Moto Dynamic design better, but in any case, this turned out pretty good. Still not a huge fan of the way you have to remove the seat, but the one thing I haven't done yet is I haven't messed with the programming. So let's go ahead and do that, and let's see what that looks like. Okay, so this is the way it is stock. That is the stock flash, making a left turn. So I'm going to push this button in here. So there's, I don't know how good you're going to see this, but right in here, right where my finger is, there's a little button you can push, and that changes the programming, I believe. Yep, it did. Now it's just doing a normal flash. Let's try it one more time. Yeah, I like that. I don't know if it does anything else. Let's see. Push it again. Now I think that's back to the original right there. So I'm going to put it to that third position like that. Okay, so let's see what the hazards look like. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. New flasher relay is working properly, so I guess that's good. All right, so we've got the TST Industries tail eliminator and integrated tail light on, and we've got the Shogun frame sliders on, and I'll try to fix the earlier footage, but that is 33 pounds, not 32 pounds of torque on those. Cleans up the bike quite a bit, and that's it for this one. All right, so overall, I'm pretty happy with the way things look on the bike. The Shogun frame sliders, as always, super easy to install. You just have to get the engine mount torque specs for your bike. They're basically the same for every bike. They're no cut. You just find the mounting locations, unscrew the bolt, replace the bolt, put them on. The integrated taillight and the Fender Eliminator kit, they were much more difficult, in my opinion, to install than on the 636. But that being said, I don't really think that's TST's fault. It's just the way the ZX-10 is designed. The tail section is designed, which is not great, in my opinion. Wow, could there be more cars driving by right now? Anyway, yeah, I think it looks okay. I'm satisfied with the way it looks, how bright it is. I think the smoked lens on it is really nice. Overall, it did what I set out to accomplish. Cleaned up the tail of the bike. Got some protection on the frame for any kind of a low speed fall. So, as always, guys, I know this probably wasn't the greatest video, but I wanted to show as much as I could of the install. We're getting there. I still haven't ridden this bike very much. Still been kind of cold out, and the weather hasn't been the greatest. So it's supposed to be getting warmer in the next few days. So with that said, if you like this video, give me a like. Subscribe if you haven't, so that you don't miss out on any content that I've got brewing for the ZX-10. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching.